Oh, darling. Hello. Hello, darling. How are you, darling? Come on in. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Unless, of course, you're into that kind of thing. Oh, darling, you dog you. Be a dog, would you? Like the video on your way in. If you're watching on Facebook, let us know. How you doing today? How you feeling? Let us know how you feel about today's video. Okay, that's not going to work. You don't want to be great over here today. So, you don't want to be great. You can't do anything about it. It's okay. Like the video on the way in. Subscribe to the channel, ladies. How are you feeling about today's makeup look? I did this look live today in my Patreon, along with some girl talk and some information prior to this stream about today's subject, some tea, some question answer. My dog is over here acting a fool. So if y'all hear little pitter patters in the background, it's my dog. Don't mind him. Ladies, we did this look today live in the Patreon. I show all my techniques, the products I use. You can ask questions. Patreoners, check in. My Patreon is a great community of women who are solution-oriented and want to be the best version of themselves and improve. And it allows you to have a safe space to be able to express that, work on that. We have a lot of fun. We have monthly meetups. We do movie nights. We're very supportive of one another, sharing information. Ladies, if you're not in a Patreon, you're missing out. All right. You tired of being mean and ugly? Okay. Come to death row. Come on, join the winning team, baby. We winning over here. So today we're going to be just kind of breaking down the lessons to be learned now that the, Derek Jackson has been exposed again for infidelity. Okay. As of right now, I don't know if official divorce papers have been filed. I have no idea, but today we're just going to be going off of his words of him saying that he, wants to be divorced and wants to end the marriage. Okay. Everything that I'm about to express in this video is my opinion based on counseling women for many years and hundreds of women. I'm going to speak on consistent patterns that I observed. And that is going to be that. The main focus in this video will be in regards to the women involved in this situation. I am not going to spend most of this video saying basic talking points like, oh my God, he cheated. How could he do that? No matter what, they still cheat. We're not doing that. This video is not about victim blaming. This video is not to say Derek is right and Danae is wrong. This is not the point of this stream. The point of this stream is that there are many people in this same situation, and there are different elements to this that we can learn from as a people. And I'm going to put you fellas on a lot of game in this video. So pay attention, because you're going to learn some things today where you're going to be able to take that and win with it later. Put you up on a game a lot of women won't tell you and a lot of people don't talk about. All right. So I want y'all to tune in and I want y'all to pay attention. Thank you so much for the super chat, Denise. Denise says, on a treadmill while watching this live, thanks to your videos, I've lost 20 pounds and am in therapy. You're making a difference, sister. Wow, thank you so much, Denise. That means a lot to me. That means a whole lot to me. I really appreciate that. That's what it's all about. I have, for those of you who are new, I also want to say this because I kind of be assuming that a lot of people that is rocking with me over here have so for a long time, and I'm learning a lot of you are new. So allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Six. I am an influencer of femininity for Black women. I am pro-Black family. Um, yeah, I'm a tough love, no nonsense kind of girl. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. If you are extremely sensitive, or if you want to find someone who just makes you feel comfortable in your BS and dysfunction, this is not the place. I am here for solutions. You just heard Denise. Denise said, baby, you made me get up and lose 20 pounds. That's what I'm about. I do not care about, we're all grown women. We're all adults with free will. I don't believe in women as us having this victimization. I do not believe in blaming men for all of our problems. So if you are sensitive, and as a woman, when you grow, you have to feel the lightning bolt in your chest. Okay. A lot of women cannot handle the lightning bolt in their chest. Most men are taught how to deal with that lightning bolt in their chest because they tend to be more involved in openly competitive activities. So they get used to, you threw that too soft, throw it better, work harder. I don't care because you tired and you're throwing up and you're about to pass out. Oh, well, get up. They've worked up that muscle to where when that lightning bolt strike their chest, they've learned how to work through it. A lot of women have not learned what to do when that lightning bolt. Y'all, give me 1 second. I'm just going to turn my puppy into a carpet. Just give me 2 seconds. Susie, you blew it, sir. Come on. Rolling your ass away. Okay, I tried to give you a chance. You said that you was going to act right. I've been in this stream for 10 minutes, and you was already acting a fool. Oh my God, you blew it, Buster. You got to go. Okay? You blew it, pal. You ain't last 5 minutes. I don't want to hear you crying. I tried. Sorry, Zeusy promised. He was like, Mommy, I can be in the room with you when you your live stream. I'm not going to act a fool. 5 minutes into the stream, here he go. Okay. Don't never say what your puppy would never, because they be nevering all over the place. Woo, child. I'm tired now. I need to get me a little swift of this alpha juice. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've been juicing. Not me not having my straws ready. How unfortunate is that? I don't like to mess up my lipstick. Ooh, which one is this? Georgia Peach. Ooh. For those of you who don't know, I have been juicing, and it has literally changed my life. Juicing was probably the best decision I could have made. Now, I'm very health conscious. I'm big into fitness, wellness, and all that. But I will be honest, I am not that girl that particularly enjoys consuming raw fruits and vegetables. I like hot cooked food. So I knew I still had to consume them, which is a matter of how could I do it more efficiently. And I learned about myself that though I don't particularly enjoy eating them, I do enjoy drinking them. But me doing my own juices is out of the question because the equipment, the cleanup, the time consuming is just too much for me. Okay. I know how to stay in my lane. I know what I can and cannot do. Here goes Alpha Juice Company, which by the way is a Black owned company owned by a very super dope couple. They're expanding. They just got a new warehouse. It's going really well. They go ahead and do all that work for us and just deliver the juices to our front door. Okay. It's like magic. I don't know how they do it. It just gets there and it's fresh and it's cold and it's ready. Come in this silver football. Okay. So what I love about juicing is that it gives me more energy, hydration, ladies. It helps us with hydration in our pH balances. All right. Helps curb your appetite, aid in losing weight. I like using mine as a pre-workout in the morning before I go to gym for something light that gives me energy. Removing mucus from your body, strengthening your immune system. There's no substitute for putting good stuff into your body. And alpha juice makes it really easy. And I'm gonna save you a few dollars. Tell them I sent you by using my code SIXGOD for $5 off your order. Woo, chat. All right. So I like to speak more on the women's side of things. A lot of women go about things the wrong way. They go straight to trying to control what men do, and they skip over the process that at the end of the day, you really control who does or does not have access to you. You really are the one that has to say yes or no. So we don't skip over our part and just go to blaming men. We always want to talk about our role in this. All right. So I don't want to see this conversation go to he's to blame, she's to blame. If you all notice, when we do these conversations, we are more so using these people as the catalyst to teach the lesson, to look at what we can learn. Smart people do not have to always learn from their own mistakes. Okay. Smart people know how to look at the mistakes that other people make, observe them, and get lessons that they need for themselves. And that's what we're going to do here. So, I always can never pull up Instagram on here anymore because I don't know if this is Instagram's fault or StreamYard's fault, but for some reason I can no longer screen share Instagram. So I'm going to start this out by reading to you all a post that I put up about this video earlier today on Instagram. And I expected the reaction to it to be more so, oh, that's an interesting point of view. Oh, you know what? You're right. You know why I didn't think about that? Or I disagree I thought that was going to be more so how a lot of people reacted to it. But somehow most of the reactions from the women were more so along the lines of, he cheated though. And it doesn't matter what you do, he's still going to cheat. In this conversation, ladies, you're not going to be able to come into this talk with being a basic bitch. You're going to have to really get your grown woman panties on here and be able to look past your own front porch and be able to look deeper than, oh my God, but he had sex with someone else. So many of you get stuck at that point. Nothing else matters. All you hear and see is he had sex with someone else. Therefore, he carries all the blame. And it doesn't matter what she said or did. It's him, it's him, it's him. Okay. So I want you all to really be open-minded in this conversation. I know a lot of women have been in this situation before. A lot of women have endured cheating and this, that, and the third. So do not hear this and project in this conversation. Like I was saying about the lightning bolt in your chest, that lightning bolt in your chest is called the initiator of growth. So many women live their lives like, I'm so toxic and I'm full of shit and no one can say anything about it. Please don't make me feel bad about it. Don't shame me. That allows you to coast, plateau, and never grow. But when that lightning bolt hits your chest, when you hear some information that you know applies to you, when something is pointed out about yourself that you know you could do better in, let that shit burn in your chest. Let it burn. Let it marinate. Do not feel that lightning bolt and go straight to lashing out to who made you feel it. The best thing that you can do as a woman to transcend from little girl to grown woman is when you hear something that burn you, to be quiet, to meditate on it, to take a step back, to breathe. Understand your nature as a woman. Your nature is, you hurt my feelings, block it. Oh, but when you can get past that and be able to hear something that you know is something you can improve on, or something that is toxic about you, that's when you're going to grow and transcend. That's when you will not have to be in my comments. I'd be so annoyed. I don't just put shit on Instagram just for shits and giggles. I be putting well thought out, multiple paragraphs. I really go into detail, and I will put 6 paragraphs of information. And these basic bitches be in the comments talk about, why are you blaming her? He still cheated. It don't matter what you do. He's still going to cheat. Fellas, here go piece of game number 1. Because I'm tired of you niggas complaining on the internet about how these women are taking y'all up through there, when the truth is y'all ain't no better than the women where, sir, the signs were there. You just were not up on game to learn. Okay? Whenever you hear a woman say something along the lines of, it doesn't matter how in shape you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how good you look. A man's still going to cheat. When you hear a woman say something like, it doesn't matter what you say or do. Whatever you do, he going to still leave. He going to still cheat. That, sir, is the number 1 sign of a very manipulative woman. And I'm going to explain why. The way you know that women nowadays are full of it is that in one breath, they will say that they don't do what they do is not because of a man, and you're a pick me if you want to do something for a man, this, that, and the third. But those same women will then, every time you mention any kind of self-improvement to them, they will say, well, the man's still going to cheat, or, well, you're still not married though you've done that, or that's not going to make him stay. So that's how you know they're full of it. So yes, everything you do is to control the reaction of the man to you. So that showed me right there what kind of woman you are. You're manipulative, because you should be being the best self for your own self-respect, for your own value, so that you look in the mirror and you see a woman where it looks like, I don't look like I just rolled out of bed. I look like a woman who has invested some time into myself. Therefore, I will not allow myself to be mistreated. I will not allow myself to be in environments where I'm not celebrated. I will be aware of myself to continuously improve. I want to be the top percent of women. I want to stand out. I don't want to be the average person that puts 10 minutes a day into myself and keep moving. But when you see a woman only want to take a certain action to guarantee a certain result or reaction in regards to a man, run. She's disingenuous. Nothing that she's doing is because she wants to do it. Everything that she do will be to control you. Okay? So when you hear women say that, fellas, pay attention. Them are the type you want to avoid, because the moment that you don't do what she wants you to do due to her action, that mask is going to come off and them claws going to come off. This is why you'll see women, in the very beginning, she keep herself up looking good. She's giving it to you consistently. And then as time progresses, it starts to, that means she was never doing it because that's generally who she is and she wants to be that. She was doing that to get you. All right? When a woman does something because she want to guarantee that you do something, bad sign. Okay? So all of you ladies who said that, I'm just praying for you, because number 1, in this post had nothing to do with if she would have done this, he wouldn't have cheated. I don't know when y'all will learn you do not own a man. Y'all are extremely possessive. You do not own him. Okay? You wanted me to get on that post and drag Derek only. Derek is not my first focus. My focus is the women involved, the wife that allowed herself to be drugged for filth and tried to control and manipulate the situation. I'm looking at the women he was cheating with that know he's married and are still dealing with him and antagonizing the wife. That's my concern. Because without women out here crying to men and begging and crying to get what they want from them, which by the way, ladies, let me put you up on a little game. All that crying and why you ain't call me, why you won't marry me, why you won't be with me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That is nothing but an ego boost for men. When you hear a man say, I want peace, that's the number one sign of a man who don't want peace. A man should never look to a woman for peace. A man bring peace. He doesn't seek peace. So when you hear a man say, I want peace, translation, I want my ego stroked by a woman begging me for commitment and begging me to see her and begging me to call her. And they'll sit and act like, no, man, you always sweating me, but deep down, he loves it. Okay. A man gonna do what he want to do. All this trying to force certain actions on your behalf to make him do this. Child, I'm gonna be so real with you. All that do is boost his ego. And he sit at barbershop and tell his homeboy, man, bro, she called me 5 times right now. She ain't gonna want me to go, but she don't never want me going nowhere. All that is an ego boost. A woman ain't never complained and manipulated her way into a man doing nothing for real. The other problem is women who get with men who are married and in relationships and then antagonize the wife or the main girl as though she's made of gold and sunshine. Okay. This goes back to the last video we did where I said, women don't care about monogamy. Women care about other women. Okay. A lot of women disguise their defense of monogamy as it being about the man being monogamous. What it's really about is she getting more attention than me? Is she getting more money than me? Do you like her more than me? This is why I tell y'all in polygamy, the number one rule is all the women have to be treated the same and on the same playing field. The man having sex with another woman is not what bothers women. The problem is she got time that I wanted. She got a gift that I wanted. So you're saying she's prettier than me? That's all women care about. I'm going to bust y'all niggas bubble. They don't really care that you slept with someone else. They don't. Because as we see, there's a woman right now. By now, we all know Derek married. And she's now on the internet doing a nanny boo-boo. He chose me, not you. You think these hoes give a fuck about monogamy? No. It's about one-upping the other woman. Which is also why a lot of you Negroes, you get the amount of cooch you get because of who your woman is. A lot of married men get confused and think that women want him because he's so great. They want to one-up your woman. Women don't care about monogamy. A man cheat 100 times, the woman take it in stride. As long as you buy her a gift and say sorry, whatever. A woman cheat one time, y'all are going to cardiac arrest. A woman will deal with a married man, see him sneaking behind his wife back, and then she'll turn around, make him leave the wife, and then marry him. Those are not women that care about monogamy, whereas it does not go the other way around. You will rarely see a man that got half a lick of sense deal with no married woman, tell her, leave your husband and come be with me. Why? Because men cannot process and handle the thought of other men being with their woman. Monogamy is for men. And one day we will understand and accept this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read this post. Be real. I am not here talking for all women. Okay. Nobody can talk for all women. You are going to get blocked. Let me tell y'all something else, just because I want to get on this subject. This is my platform. I know a very small percentage of the world are full-time content creators. A very small percentage of the world makes their living and their job is content. So I understand how a lot of people don't understand why you have to move a certain way you do. That post I put up on Instagram today, so many of y'all were in the comments talking about, oh, you're just mad when someone disagrees with you. When you have a platform like this, you are the curator of your platform. I want you all to understand, to you, it's an Instagram page. To you, it's a YouTube page. To me, it is my art. I am the curator of this gallery. If I put up a post and I say one thing and you personally get triggered and leave a misleading comment that takes away from the actual point of this specific post, which is my words, my art that I curated, I reserve the right to deny you access to that conversation. If you are going to distract us from the actual point and message here because you have used my platform as your dumping grounds for your own personal triggers and projections, you are damn right I will delete it. If you say, I see your point, my opinion is this, you will not be deleted. However, if you say, this is dumb, this is stupid, this is the most ridiculous thing I ever read, you're absolutely wrong. If you leave a comment that has nothing to do, if you come and disagree with a point that I never made, yes, I will delete you. Yes, I will block you. And what's even more sad is it's too many men that also do that. I expect that from women. A lot of y'all never had strong fathers. So when you have something very logically written, I cannot stand when I see a man, you see something that makes sense, and you make a comment sounding like a bitch, all emotional. I don't like that. So when I see men embarrassing themselves, I just wrote this 6-paragraph logic and they miss the whole point and whatever personal triggers they have, and they write a comment and I look at that comment and I can't tell if a man or a woman wrote it. I assume a woman. I will delete it a lot of times to help you because you just embarrassed yourself as a man, not missing the entire point and then leaving a comment sounding like a bitch. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You're welcome. So now, with that being said, let's go ahead and read the post. Again, I am a woman. I am a Black woman. I am an influencer of femininity for Black women. When I see situations like this, my mind does not go straight to the man. This could have all been absolved if women would stop sleeping with other women's husbands. This could all be absolved if women would stop sitting at home stalking and begging men to be with them. Boom, the situation would be done for. We are nothing but supply to men. I want you all to accept that one day. Men have a purpose before us. We are simply the supply to feed that. And it's up to you as a woman how you supply a man. A man cannot be a manipulator or an abuser when there is no one to manipulate or abuse. Y'all line up like pigs in a slaughterhouse, ready to be next with men that you know what their MO is. So when I heard this situation, my brain immediately goes to the woman's side. Okay, my mind does not go straight to the man. The post says, the most intriguing part of Derek Jackson's divorce is how people automatically say, how could he do this to her? She's a good woman. Based on what? How do you know she's a good woman? Because she doesn't go to the club and attend church? This is the problem. A woman can stay in the house praying all day and night, fully covered up, then be manipulative, controlling, sneaky, combative, aggressive, and invasive, all from the comfort of her own home. Staying indoors, church, not cheating, and dressing modest does not equate to a woman being good. Learn game. Now, if you have reading comprehension skills, then you will know that in this statement, nowhere did I say, oh, she is manipulative, combative. I am simply saying the point of this post was that people have got to stop seeing a woman, and just because she is fully covered, religious, and prays, you automatically give her the honorable title of good woman. Okay? I tell y'all all the time, that cheating shit is so low vibrational in comments about relationships. Somebody break up, y'all think someone cheated. Somebody, as long as a woman don't cheat, you think she a good woman. As long as you think a man don't cheat, you think he a good man. I cannot wait to the day we graduate that there are so many bigger components and layers to relationships than cheating. Okay? The point of this post was there is a difference between saying, How could Derek do this to his wife? That is a boom. Then there's a difference when you say, how could he do this to his wife, comma, she's a good woman. That's when I have the problem. Let's stop there. Anybody with common sense, a child, would know that, of course, it is a bad thing for you to be a married man and be out here bringing public embarrassment to yourself and your wife. We're not going to spend too much time talking about that. I think the most remedial person understands that wrong. What's wrong is to automatically label a woman as good based upon what? Two things about women who go out of their way to give off the conservative, modest woman type of swag. Number one, they tend to openly talk down in a way on women who don't do things the way they do it, which is an indicator of she don't really want to be doing that. Okay. When you see a woman, and a perfect example is like Ayesha Curry, where Ayesha Curry made statements like, I don't know about y'all, but as for me, I want to keep myself covered up, okay, for my husband only. And then when she went and got lipo, then she was suddenly posting bikini pics. You are a Black woman. Your hair, your skin, and everything, the health on it is based upon exposure to the sun. Y'all can let these people lie to you all day and say you're supposed to cover up your hair and cover up your body. I don't care. I go by what God tells me is common sense. If my skin needs a sun, common sense tells me no, I am not supposed to go outside in a tablecloth. Okay. Skin just dry and gray. All right. So me personally, I'm gonna be cute, sexy, and wear what the hell I want to wear. If that make you insecure, I don't care. That's on you. All right. So a lot of women be very insecure about their bodies, be very insecure to other women, and they hide behind the clothes. It's so funny to me when I hear women say, oh, I love to wear black. No, ma'am, you love to hide. Okay. Then you have women where they are very manipulative. They do have a very nasty side to them. So what they do is they use the religion thing and the modesty thing as like the Trojan horse because it makes them be unsuspecting. When a woman is more open to just being who she is and being to herself, and she's not here to prove a good girl image to anyone, those tend to be the women with less to hide. The women who are very much so overboard with hiding, covering themselves, and bragging like, I'm modest, tend to be the ones where this is your cover up. Those tend to be the ones where they are so subconsciously ashamed of who they are that they have to completely change their real selves to fit the societal image of a good girl. That way they can continue on with their nasty behaviors without ever being called out on it. Okay, so women that speak about, oh my God, I'm modest, honey, you're insecure. Okay, I've seen women be talking about they dress modest, come to find out they got psoriasis and eczema on their arms and their legs. So they had y'all out here talking about I'm modest, so therefore I'm doing pretty good, honey, baby, you got skin issues. All right. Imagine a woman saying she dressed modest, but the truth is she ain't got no ass and don't want you to know. All right. Because the minute that y'all get your body right and comfortable with it, y'all be the first one in the bikini. You a woman, baby, you a flower. Flowers are not meant to be in a closet. Flowers are meant to be seen and admired. Some women have been abused. Some women are afraid of the attention that it gets them looking pretty and looking sexy. Some women self-sabotage because they feel as though attention from a man it makes it their fault that they experience abuse. There are many reasons. But most of the time when you see a woman and she dressed more conservatively and she just kind of do her, she don't really try to make it seem like more than what it is. 9 times out of 10, that might just be her style, and that's fine, But every woman got to figure out her swag and the reason for it. But you ain't finna sit here because you insecure and got eczema and psoriasis and try to sit here and shame the women that got pretty skin and curves and body is tight and want to put on a cute dress. Okay. So let's get into the caption here. The caption on the post, I'm going to read that to you next. It says, I've been counseling women dealing with relationships, marriages, and motherhood, domestic violence, breastfeeding, you name it, over 600. And women and counting, I have personally touched and had some sort of impact on. I love my girls and am so proud of them. However, the dark side of my job that I love is that I see the shadows of women. I have seen some things I wish I could unsee, but it wouldn't change what I do for the world. I like to use current events to teach lessons. I'm not concerned about the individuals per se. I'm interested in what we can learn from others. With that being said, despise the good woman stereotype. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Never has, never will. In my experience, and I have a lot of that, the women who are more themselves, not trying to play good or be something they're not, tend to be the good ones. It's the ones that go out of their way to personify the conservative good girl image that are the assassins. I've seen women not show a lick of skin, never go to the club, read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, and are horrible, antagonizing women. The good girl image most of the time is a subconscious covering of who she really is, so she can be unsuspecting in her negative dealings. There is no cheat code to good women. So many people get got because you think you have it all figured out based upon how a woman dresses or her religious beliefs. You associate goodness with church and long skirts, and it's simply not true, and they tend to be the worst ones. Though I don't agree with how Derek went about this, I am not going to say he is wrong for freeing himself. This is also further goes into what I've been saying. Men should wait to get married until after 30 because most men get married to the woman according to his current season and not his end goal. And this tends to be the result. Okay. So I cannot tell you how many, because I do have some men that I work with as well. When they kind of want a woman's opinion, you know, that they can trust. Thank you so much for the super chat. Top Dog says, you right. Cheating isn't always a problem. I had a woman who was a habitual liar. Yeah. Okay. It is a thing. It is a thing. I thought I saw another super chat. Did I see another super chat? I don't know. So, you know, I've worked with a lot of women. Oh, here it is. Thank you for the super chat. Striving Soul says, women get with taking men to feel more desire than the woman he committed to. Hence why Adam Levine Mishra said he married a VS model to state that she was on the same level as his wife. Yes. You know, this is the problem. A lot of what women do for their own ego end up feeding a man's ego. Not a man's like, look at this, these women fighting over me. No, they're fighting each other. They're trying to one up each other. I've seen women fight over men, and before you know it, the man ain't even involved in them anymore. It's just those two beefing like Biggie and Tupac. Women are catty and competitive with one another. Then the man sits back and they're all fighting over him. Oh, poor thing. Now, what I'm about to say is not accusing Danae of being this way. I am simply going to speak in a general sense of what I have observed about women who are similar to her. Okay, let me say that one more time, because if any one of y'all get in my comments saying I'm victim blaming her, I am going to block you. Okay, I am simply going to speak on what I have seen, when I have seen consistent patterns. Thank you so much for the super chat. Lucky says that lady wore a long sleeve dress in the pool with a garden hat for good grief. No excuses, but DJ is the ideal visual black man for most women. I'm glad you said that, and let's go ahead and talk about that. Now, when I speak on let a man lead, I think a lot of y'all means that just means like you go make him a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like you go make him a sandwich and rub his feet. That is a very like basic part of what letting a man lead means. Letting a man lead means you grow with him. Okay, I had a session with a few days ago, and she was talking about how her husband, you know, started to get heavy into the church. And she's like, well, I don't believe in Jesus. I ain't going to church with him. I ain't going in there with that white Jesus and doing that. And I said, so you about to send your husband to church every Sunday without you? Okay, your man decide, hey, I want to start going to church, honey. I suggest you get you some church clothes ready, and now you go to church on Sundays. I don't give a damn if when you walk out the church, you rebuke everything you just heard and go and do what you want to do anyway. That's fine, but I know you better have your ass in that church with him on Sunday with your church hat on, clapping like this. Jesus loves me. Okay, your man decides he wants to get into fitness. I suggest you get rid of that fupa. Okay, your man wake up and says, you know what? I want to start doing fitness training, honey. I suggest you be in the gym like and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Your man wake up one day and decide he want to throw parties at the club. You might say, I don't want to go to the club. I don't like going out. Baby, I suggest you turn into a party animal real quick and be right there at the club next to him. Talking about admit $10, thank you. Have fun. I suggest. Okay. The purpose of the woman is to adapt to the man. You don't want a man that's going to adapt to you all the time. Men have a few compromises they have to make in a marriage or relationship, but not the way y'all be wanting it to. You need to move around him. You need to adapt with him. All right. It just is the way it go. All right. Your man decide he want to sell hot dogs. You better be in there with a hot dog hat on. Talk about mustard or ketchup. Nah, I'm vegan. He want to sell hot dog, but I'm vegan. Bitch! Ketchup or mustard. So this is what ends up happening. Two things end up happening. This is why, number one, I tell my son about this probably all the time. Do not knock no girl up young. Don't do it. Y'all ever heard the stereotypical joke like a man's first baby mama is the ugly one? Well, that's not a stereotype for no reason. It's actually not funny. Okay. It's actually very selfish because a lot of men, men are constantly in survival mode. Men never really are relaxed and worry-free. Men are normally in constant mode of survival. And unfortunately, a lot of men don't know how to compartmentalize that to get out of survival mode when they choose a wife. And what they end up doing is they freak out. Okay. They freak out and they just marry the closest, most available woman to them that fits his need for that season. Then the season ends. Then he outgrows the season. Okay. Men have got to marry a woman according to their end goal, not their current season. Y'all be 19, 20 years old. You don't know who you're going to be. If you are the same person at 35 that you were at age 20, you messed up. You will be a completely different person in your 30s than you are at 20. Most girls are not conditioned to adapt. They call that abusive and controlling. Men, you have got to have the discipline to say, you know what? Where do I want to end up? If you know you want to end up as a successful businessman, if you know you want to end up making X amount of money, if you know you want to end up with such and such lifestyle, these men know that that woman is not going to be able to come with them there, ladies. Don't ever think they don't know. They know. It's just a short-sighted thing. They let their survival instinct cloud their judgment. If you know that where you're going to end up is as a banker on Wall Street making big bank, I suggest you do not marry the homely 5'5" girl behind you in science class just because she's there and she's convenient to you. Because when you marry her at 20, when you get 35 and 40 and that money is high and your status is high and you walk into meetings and all the other men have wives that is bad, got their titties up to here, extension their hair, makeup done, nails done, manicure, and you walk in and now all the men you do business with got bad bitches and you walking in here with Sarah looking like it's giving librarian, guess what you're going to start doing? Cheating. Because never forget, ladies, the kind of woman that a man is married to is the first indicator on his status when he's with her. A man could be attractive, have all the money in the world, all the power in the world. But if he walk in with a homely woman, an overweight woman, it cancels out everything that he's doing. Automatically, you can be the most accomplished man in the world. Then you walk in with the homely chick and hey, we no longer care. We automatically have written you off as, well, we know she held him down. He must have been with her for a long time, boy. We know she held it down. So this is why you got to stop getting married so young. I told y'all the only way that a man should get married young is a man or a woman actually, is if they have intensive, full-time, hovering parental/family guidance and support, where literally they have people in their family that can stand over them kind of and navigate them through their 20s into their 30s in their marriage. But I'm telling you now, if you take two 20-year-old black boy, black girl and put them together and say, get married, figured it out, I give it until they're 30 at best. Most of my clients are people who are between 30 and 35 that are now divorced or leaving a relationship that they have been in their entire 20s without marriage, and they have children. Because a great awakening happens at 30. And when you turn 30, you realize, wow, I didn't know shit when I was 20. Because when you're 20, you swear you know. Oh, I know what I'm going to be. I know what I want. No, you don't. So then everyone between 30 and 35 has their aha moment. They become the final version of themselves for the most part. Now they're looking at their person they committed the rest of their life to, and this person does not fit that ticket. Now you're divorced and separated with kids and everything else between 30 and 35. What a wonderful world it would be if people stopped doing that just to sound good and look good and waited until after 30. We have scholars like Frances Cress Welsing with doctorates in psychology that tell us this. We have people that study the human brain that tell us the children fare better with parents after 30, the marriages last longer. But because we have niggas on the internet with a microphone telling us that we should be married by 22, y'all are going out and rushing into these marriages just to divorce. You are not supposed to divorce. So I'm going to pull this up because I want you guys to see this. I told you, ladies, the kind of men that don't cheat. Okay. The kind of men that don't cheat is, number one, some men, that's just their personality. Some men are straight shooters. Some men are by the book, where if they say that they're going to do something, they do it. It's just that simple. That's just how he is. So if he says, I'm going to be in a relationship, cheating is like, I'm not going to do that because that was not the agreement here. And it's that simple for him. Some men, that's just how he is. You cannot make him be that way. That's just his personality. Look for a man's natural personality, not what you want to make him be. Some men, their living is based upon their fidelity, where they know, okay, if I get caught up in XYZ, I know I'm going to lose my entire well-being. So it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I've had my fun. I'm just going to chill. I've worked too hard to have everything I've done come crumbling down. You have men where they maybe have cheated in previous relationships and lost someone they really love, and they tell themselves, should God bless me with another love like that, I promise I won't do the same thing. It's a list of reasons why, but it's always intentional when a man is faithful. Okay? Because this is why we have to have laws and order, because if we did not, men would just be out here taking coochie left and right. They got to have a structure. So when you see a man that does not do it, it's for a reason. There's a reason behind why he don't do it. And then some men just have low patience. Some men don't have a lot of patience to where they don't have the wherewithal to go and deal with the side chick. And some men just are kind of no nonsense like that. But there's always a reason behind it. I tell women all the time, You should be so busy doing you, being the best version of yourself, to where you don't have time to even notice certain things. People like his wife tend to be the type of women that, instead of being the best version of themselves, they tend to spend majority of their time focused on a man. I noticed, if you peep game recently, as of recently, I've seen her come out with an infidelity recovery course. I've seen her coming out with some kind of holy clothing line. What I think is that Derek kind of knew that he was getting ready to pull the plug. And I think he was trying to like kind of make her start her own business ventures, because he know he getting ready to skedaddle. Okay. Because you've been with this man for what, like 7-8 years? There ain't no way in hell that I would have a husband that is out here building a certain brand or platform. Baby, I would have been had Derek Jackson, the women's edition. Every card game he would have came out with, bitch, I would have been having me, baby, go ahead and get me a card game too. Okay? I would have been so busy being in the gym, making sure I look good. Next piece of game, ladies. Let me put y'all on this game. A man never ever dreams when he is a child that his wife will dress like a librarian. He never ever pictures the woman of his dreams and pictures her looking as though she organizes science books for a living. Never. The man does not have a problem with you being sexy. As long as a man has the security and confidence to know that even if she does get attention from other men, she's not going to embarrass me, she's not going to leave me, they're fine. A lot of men who, you got to translate what they say. A lot of men, what they'll say is, oh, I don't want my woman dressing like that and looking like this. AKA, I cannot handle the attention that will garner, and I don't trust her enough to be able to say, even though she may be sexy and feeling herself, she's not going to go out and cheat on me or leave me with another man. I will tell you fellas right now, okay, with all the women I've talked to, it be the woman that's fully covered, stay in the house, and the good girl that be the main ones doing some BS than the women that don't. Okay. The mousy church girl librarian type is not used to getting attention from men. She's just not. Okay. So the minute a man applies pressure to her in the slightest, oh, you look nice. Oh, don't let it be somebody she worked with. Oh, you look nice today. Oh, really? And it started breaking her down. Those are the ones that fold 10 times before the women who own their confidence, sexy, and are like, it is what it is. Those be the ones that easily tell other men, no, I'm married, no. But that modest, conservative, good woman, boy, the minute a dude put that pressure on her, boy, she going to fold like laundry. It be the ones y'all least expect that be out here wilding, and they get away with it. Because since they're wearing a turtleneck, you let your guard down. I can't tell you how many men I have talked to that are furious. Man, I'm leaving my wife. I just found out she was sleeping with this dude. She was doing that. And my question to them is always, well, what is this pedestal, that you put her on, where you just are totally blindsided by this and never, ever expected this? I think everyone should have a healthy level of don't get too comfortable and never say never. But it be some men who genuinely are like, I'm talking about furious. I don't know the right word to use, that are so furious because they cheat. They cheated the system. They did not look at the individual consistent pattern and integrity of the woman. They thought they could cheat the system and say, I'll just wear a woman that wear a lot of clothes and never leave the house, and this will guarantee that no other man can take her from me. This will guarantee that no other man will have access to her. And it's not true. You ignore all the real signs of a woman's character because she covers her body. And that's the only thing that she has to do to make you completely let your guard down and say she would never. So now you're stuck paying bills and taking care of a woman that's not what you really want because you're insecure. Not knowing, sweetie, she could be ugly and wear 100 clothes, and if she want to do some BS, she gonna still do it. So I don't know why y'all deny yourself of what you really want because you're insecure or because you're not in that season yet. So let me show y'all this. Now, this woman, I saw the video that his wife did where she did a video basically saying that if anybody speaks against her or him, that she wished their children to be fatherless, and then she wishes them to be vagabonds on the earth, and she wishes that your words come and choke you and strangle you. I will say this, that type of stuff scares me because it shows she has violent tendencies. I can guarantee you all that Derek, even if this woman was being physically, women like that they'll pow pow. The fact that her brain, the minute someone's speaking against her, her brain goes straight to let your children be fatherless. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Women like that be the type that they get mad and they do kind of hit niggas with one of these. But the worst part about it is that even if this woman is doing this, he can't tell anybody that. The last thing Derek can do right now is come forward and speak on her not being a good wife in any way, shape, or form. He can't do that. And they know that. So they tend to act one way behind closed doors and another way in public. And the man is kind of stuck, not really being able to tell y'all, this bitch crazy. All right. So what did Derek do? Got with her when he was young and she was young. All right. I'm not falling for the holy thing because you was giving that pussy up and was pregnant before you ever got married. So I don't buy the good girl thing. I don't buy that shit at all. It's not giving for me. All right. I know the signs, honey girl, please. You were doing what everybody else was doing. It just is what it is. Not buying it. All right. So she did what a lot of women do, which is, okay, I'll get pregnant and then it's going to force him to marry me. So he knocks her up, gets her pregnant. That's where he went wrong. Getting a permanent attachment to a woman that does not fit your end goal. Because once you have the kids, you're supposed to stay. Okay. So that's where he went wrong. I tell y'all, stop knocking these girls up. Stop doing it. Because after that season is over and you're ready to move on, you still have created a broken home. You still going to have child support. Okay. So that's where he went wrong. Same with Tom Brady. Y'all think that you're getting away with something by sleeping with these women. Then you mess around, knock them up. Now for your image. This is why a lot of men, y'all need to start being okay with being a bad guy. Some of y'all fear of being a bad guy is how you end up miserable. Okay. Gets her pregnant. He got a whole brand. He's like, all right, let me do this for the brand. I guarantee you, I did a video, 2 years ago when the last scandal came out. And I said, I believe that Derek and Danae, and this is in my opinion, just on the outside looking in, just for fun. I am not a psychologist or anything else. But from what I've observed, I truly think that this is what happens when two narcissists get together. Both an overt narcissist and a covert narcissist. Danae Jackson gives me covert narcissist vibes. Derek gives me overt narcissistic vibes. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. I believe that's why instead of her either dealing with it or leaving, I believe that's why there's this in-between thing where her solution is to, her end goal is to control him. That's all she wants. Her end goal is, I want this man to do what I want. I'm going to ignore who he is. I'm going to ignore his consistent patterns. I'm going to continue to stay here and curse the entire world until he does what I say I want him to do. I would be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet that after the last scandal came out, that she got even more unbearable. I would be willing to bet that the insecurity was probably at an all-time high. I'd be willing to bet that she became even more controlling, even more manipulative. And I'm telling y'all now, that type of relationship is not sustainable long-term. And that will, as a man, lead you into a grave. A lot of you right now did some dumb stuff. You a man, you did a whole bunch of stuff to make your woman insecure. You did a whole bunch of stuff of cheating and breaking trust. And now you still trying to stay there, trying to make it happen. This girl is never going to trust you. She ain't never going to believe none of you got to say. And for the rest of your life, you're going to always be dealing with, who are you? Where are you at? What are you doing? What are you really doing? Why are you at? You're going to deal with that forever. And it's going to put you in an early grave. This is why I said I'm glad that Derek freed himself. Y'all, a lot of y'all men need to learn from him. He did it all wrong. Okay? He did it all wrong. I guarantee you she got unbearable after that. To where he probably got to the point where he was like, at this point, I just don't care. Because there is no way that you go to Miami and sit and do this. I'm sorry. There's no way you do this. Okay. Now let's break this down too. Okay. I don't believe that he was going to divorce her. I think that after this came out again, I think he had a coming to Jesus moment with himself, which is, you know what? I need to go fuck these bitches. Okay. I just do. I clearly cannot. I have zero self-control. I clearly do not know how to move the way I need to move. I don't know how to follow protocol. I cannot be trusted. I just need to get up out of here. All right. That's what I mean by I'm glad that he freed himself, because she wasn't going to leave and he was not going to be faithful and she was not going to keep it player and just, go on about her business and be like, okay, girl, at the end of the day, you're going to be there. I guess you're going to just deal with it. Okay. Either deal with it or leave. The in-between stuff is weird. And you're going to have to get to that point as a woman where you be like, you know what? I just can't do this. Okay. This man clearly going to do X, Y, Z. And I have to have a moment like, okay, can I deal with it or do I need to get up out of there? Okay. Sometimes you might need to take your L. But this is why, again, we have to start looking at people for what they really are before we have kids and before we get married. Because if you are not married and do not have kids with someone, you don't owe them anything. So you are always within your right at that point to say, this is not sustainable for me. I'm leaving. All right. Stop letting people pressure you fellas into doing what they want you to do. Y'all be letting other people make decisions that you got to deal with. Now, me and Danica spoke about this before, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. Okay. Walking around looking like this. Oh, snap. Where'd it go? Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm going to say it one more time. Walking around looking like this is grounds for divorce. A woman, like I said, boy, if Danae was smart, Danae would have been out here looking good. Y'all be letting these men convince you to look a hot mess for their own confidence. You should always be looking your best. Always. Whether you've been married for 100 years or 5 years, it don't matter. Y'all get married and let a man convince you to start dressed like a librarian. Now he feels like, oh, okay. Nobody want her now. You take away his ability to fight for you. You take the spice out of it when he locks you down and now you're dressed like a librarian. Okay. I'm not saying you have to go out here in a freakum dress every day. There is a way to be sexy, stylish, and still be comfortable with yourself, being yourself, and dress according to your body type. So please don't take this information and think that Six is telling us to walk around in a see-through dress with a thong on. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, do not appease a man's insecurities. Because what ends up happening is, a lot of times they don't know what they don't know, and they're not a woman. So a lot of times they don't know what they need from a woman. So this is how they end up convincing you to pretty much take yourself to where they feel like she ain't got no other options or plans. Now you sitting in the house dressed like a librarian, begging and crying to him and stalking him on what he's doing. Imagine how differently things would have been for her. I don't like this rhetoric that goes around saying what he put a woman through. Okay. When you are a confident woman who knows her worth, you are abuse proof. Okay. You will be abuse proof once you truly love yourself. It just is the way it is. When you truly love yourself, I am not going to sit and walk into the slaughterhouse when I know the result. I am not going to sit here crying on the internet. Oh my God, he put me through so much and he cheated on me over and over. I'm going to leave. The end. This is not about victim shaming. It's about, at some point, we need to go ahead and have the conversation, because what ends up happening, like I spoke about in this last video about them, these women end up, their ego take over, and they end up being addicted to the attention that getting cheated on brings them. Every time they get cheated on, their man says sorry, buys them a new gift. Everyone hits them up. Oh, I'm so sorry about what you're going through. And they start getting attention and clout off of being cheated on. This is why it's certain stuff I just don't coddle you with. Bitch, leave. I don't understand. You sit there with your hand on the stove talking about, oh my God, my hand is burning. My hand is on fire. Well, take your hand off the stove. This is not 1950, okay? This is not 1950 where you need a man for a basic meal on your plate. Y'all out here getting education, getting your own jobs, own houses, but y'all still yelling the same level of abuse. Make it make sense. I would think that a part of you gaining your independence as a woman, as an adult, would be so that you don't have to be abused. It's not real. Y'all let the man put you in this bubble like it's him or nothing. What if you just left? Once you leave, it's not real no more. You're not married. You don't have kids. The man already being sneaky, doing BS. Leave. You cannot walk into the slaughterhouse and then be mad that you ended up as bacon. I am tired of this talk of no victim blaming. I'm sorry. It's not about victim blaming. It's about, you are a grown adult, and yes, you do have a partial responsibility in demanding your own self-respect and good treatment. Yes, you do. There, I said it. No, we cannot continue to sit there and cry. He put me through. He put me through. Leave. What the hell? Get out. This is weird to me. I don't get that. You're victim shaming. So you mean to tell me that we as women do not hold any responsibility in demanding basic self-respect for ourselves? So you mean to tell me that we out here working, getting degrees and starting businesses and all that, and we still gonna sit there and crying, talking about, oh, he just put me through so much. Put you through so much? What do you mean? We have got to know we are not in the day. There was a period of time where a woman had to be married to be legitimized in any way, shape, or form. So why do you all rush into marriages that you know you going in the slaughterhouse just for the sake of saying you're married? A lot of you are married without a marriage. A lot of you have a marital status, but you do not have a marriage. A lot of you all are in sick, toxic, interdependent relationships where each one of you goal every day is to control and hurt the other. It is weird, it is sick, and I personally do not understand it. The way some of y'all act is like someone put a gun to your head, like, get married, bitch. No. Now, this is the problem. So that's enough about her on her side of it. The point was, we're not going to sit here and just give her the good girl title. Okay, we're just not going to do it. We don't know her. We don't know what he going through. We just don't know. All right. When I say I'm glad that Derek freed himself, it means, sir, we all know this woman is not going to be able to come with you to the level you getting ready to go to. Y'all can say what you want to say about Derek. At the end of the day, he is a select male, period. He's a select male. I don't know what to tell y'all. He's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, nice mouth, and he got money, and he has influence, and he has power. That's a select male. A select male will be faithful if he chooses to. You don't be with a select male for fidelity. You be with a select male for stability. If you want to be with a man for fidelity, you need to get with a man that is 5'10" and is a box truck driver. You need to get with the man that work at the bank. That's 5'9". Y'all got to stop getting with these select males for the wrong reason. Some of you may say, well, when she got with Derek, he wasn't all that, this, that, and the third. Oh, please. Okay. Oh, please. Again, we're not going to sit here and talk about what it was in that season. We are going to talk about what it is in the long run. All right. Period. Derek was never ugly, was never short, never any of that. This is what I mean by have some common sense. I'm getting with this man. He's 20 years old, but he's tall, he's handsome. Yeah, he may not have his career yet, but am I going to be able to deal with this nigga when his glow up happens? Ladies, please think about what is going to happen when he glows up, because he will. This shows a lot of you don't have faith in your man, because you get with the man and you expect for him to be that same person 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And when you as a man actually grow, and she sees that you actually grow, that's when you end up with a hater in your bed, fellas. She did not see his potential. She did not see the glow up. She got with him because of that season. Now she is like, they have this spot here in Atlanta called the U Bar, and they have like a one of them rodeo things where you have to like hold on to a little horse thingy, and it starts out slow, but they start bucking the horse and bucking the horse. That's her trying to hold on to this man instead of evolving with the man. That's how women are when they look at who the man is in the 6 months to a year that they've been dating him, and they write him off as that is all he will ever be. Yes, that's what it is, the mechanical bull. Let me get my battery. 1 second, y'all. You got to have the common sense to know, okay, I'm getting with this man. He tall, he this, he that. Okay, let me talk to him about what the direction is he want to go to. I had a girl where her man decided he wanted to start doing party promotion, and she got mad. And I asked her, well, when y'all was dating, did you ever ask him what his ultimate goal was? No. So come to find out, the nigga wanted to be a party promoter when she met him. She just never asked, because her concern was not being with him as a wife throughout the years until he died. Her concern was, I am marrying this season of the man. I'm not actually marrying a man. In this season, I can't pay my bills by myself. He got a few dollars. I need a man. I don't just got comfortable with him, just got used to the sex. so I'll just go ahead and marry. You don't think about, okay, is this going to work 10 years from now? Is this going to work 20 years from now? I'm trying to turn this camera back on, y'all. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So you get with these select males when what you should be doing is working out, getting your hair done, doing your makeup every day, your nails, your toes. If this is a man that produce and work hard, you should be piggybacking off of that. I talked to y'all the same about Vanessa Bryant. I said, that bitch so dumb, because there is no way my husband would be Kobe Bryant. Baby, I would have had me a makeup line, a clothing line, something. What is the point of being with a man that has all that power and influence and you ain't going to go ahead and capitalize it? The more money, the better. Honey, I would have been so busy over there riding that nigga coattails talking about, all right, Vanessa Bryant brushes, Vanessa Bryant makeup. Fuck that. If you're going to be with a select male, your job is to use him as a tool where he is the way paver. Your job is to respect him as a provider, use him as a tool to pave the way, respect him as a provider where you ain't never going to want for nothing, and respect him as a protector. But in 2022, y'all got to stop listening to these women that have been married for 20 years. The game was different 20 years ago. You need to be having multiple people in your life from multiple different stages and phases in life to be advised. A woman that been married 20 years cannot advise you on how to navigate today. In 2022, going on 2023, things are more different now than they've ever been. It used to be a relationship was between two people and maybe a few friends they knew in real life. Now you have so much influence over relationships. This is what makes relationships different nowadays, is influence and access. You have 100 podcasts at any given time giving you advice on what you should or shouldn't want, should or shouldn't settle for. You're crazy for doing this. You're wrong for doing this. You're right for doing that. Then you have so much access. There is Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, so much access to other people. All of the access and influence is why the game is different now. And in 2022, you want to be with a select male, I suggest you understand what comes with that. And I suggest you make the best out of that. And if it's anything outside of that, it will be because he chooses to do so. It is that simple. You as a woman should not slack on yourself because you did not get the desired result from the man. That is the quickest way to drive yourself insane, as we see is literally happening with her. That she is now cursing the world. This woman is losing it. Why? Because she was trying to guarantee a result from a select male. That is the best way to drive yourself insane. How do women end up in these situations? They ignore what should be looked at and observed before letting this man knock them up, before marrying the man. It is the job of the woman to look at the projection, to look at the path, and figure out if she can adhere to, if she can grow with that plan. Okay? Now, contrary to popular belief, I do feel like I see a Cash App here. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Kiara. I'll send you a heart back. And thank you so much for the Cash App champagne. I appreciate you, ladies. So, if a man, I know we spoke on divorce before. I'm going to tell you guys the other way that divorce, in my opinion, should be okay. Let's say you're married. Thank you so much for the super chat. Vino Me says, realest ish ever. Thank you again, Six. I honestly had not thought about this consciously. Thank you so much. That's what this is all about. different perspective, different opinions. Like, let's look at the other side of this. Let's stop the same tired narrative. Derek Jackson cheated. How could he? She a good woman. That is so basic. Let's go ahead and go to the next level. Okay. Let's look at what the solution to avoiding this whole thing is avoidable. I'm gonna be honest with you. None of this had to happen. This entire thing could have been avoided. Oh, snap. Hold on. I see him in the cash app. Hold on. Contrary to popular belief, thank you so much, Bree, for the cash app. Send you some love back. Patreon is checking in. Contrary to popular belief, okay, if you marry a man to protect and provide you. Let's say he consistently fails to protect you. Let's say he consistently refuses to protect you. Let you get ate by wolves. Let's say you marry him and then he just consistently refuses to provide. Consistently. And 90% of the time, this will not happen, by the way. It is very rare that a man will be married and just sit there and consistently put his woman in harm's way and consistently have you on the street. I mean, that's just not how most men are moving. So 9 times out of 10, if you are with a man like that, it's your fault because you ignored the signs. Because men that do that always show signs up front. But you got love bombed and you got flattered by that love bombing instead of feeling like, do you think I'm that dumb? Okay. So same with a woman. If you marry a woman and then she let her looks go or she refused to adapt with you, in my opinion, it's grounds for divorce. If every time you come home, your wife sit there in a big ass t-shirt with ketchup stains in a bonnet and look at you like, what up, though? Turn back around and keep watching Real Housewives of Potomac, that's grounds for divorce. If you tell your woman, listen, honey, change your plans. We going to fitness. I need you to get you some gym clothes, get in this gym. And she refused, bye. Period. Because all you're going to do is end up with a girlfriend that you're going to end up going to do it with. Then you're going to end up hurting the kids. Sometimes, man, it's better for y'all to just go ahead and skedaddle than to keep doing the same thing over and over again, causing issues. That's why I say I'm glad Derek is. I hope he really do file divorce, but I don't think they're going to really get divorced. I'm going to explain that in a second. Solar Energy said, women today do not understand the assignment. They don't. And there's honestly some men that don't understand the assignment. You hear some men talk and some of the things that they want from a woman, and you can tell they've been raised by a woman. A lot of these men now have feminist ideals. And even women who want guidance and want leadership, you have some men now where they scared to do that. They scared to make a plan and lay the law down. And it makes it very hard for women that want that. Like, please don't get so used to these masculine man, these past me feminists. You know what I'm saying? Please don't get so used to that to where now you can't come in here and lay the law down. Some of us still want that law laid down. Some of us still want you to give us something to do. I tell y'all all the time, fellas, if you don't give your woman something to do, she's going to find her own something to do. And most of the time, her something to do is going to be something to aggravate you and stalk you. So I suggest you give her something. That way you ain't got to worry about her being on your behind. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Goddess. She says, for I love you, Six. I love you too, sis. I love you too. Oh, so check it. Oh, okay. I saw another Cash App. I didn't see that message. Okay. So now let's go ahead and talk about going forward. Let's talk about, so we covered Danae, honey, you dropped the ball. You should have been building your own business. That man a millionaire. You should have also been one. You should have been using him for what a man like that is good for. And it's not for him to be faithful to you. It's niggas like that, they gonna get them some money. Which I was rolling, baby. Derek got caught cheating. Derek went from that to, all right, how to fitness. That nigga pivoted real quick. I said, boy, one thing that nigga gonna do is get him some money one way or another. That nigga say, all right, got caught cheating. All right. Probably don't need to be doing the relationship thing as much. That nigga was in the gym like, let me go ahead and show y'all how to get these gains. I said, hell no, boy. One thing about it, that nigga gonna get him to the money. That's what you be with a man like him for. Jeffrey Dahmer took a bite out of black man out the freezer. I want to let y'all know something. Y'all do not, when you say you like my content, I want to just make this disclaimer because a lot of y'all do. I just want to let y'all know. You do not have to say, I don't agree with everything you say, but you don't have to say, I like you, Six. I don't agree with certain, you don't have to do that. Okay, I don't like backhanded compliments. You're allowed to say, I love you, Six, or I like your content, Six. You're allowed to say, I don't like your content, Six. You're allowed to say, I disagree with you. Make it one or the other. But if you give someone a compliment, that's like saying, I don't always like your hairstyles, but I like your hair today. Don't hit. So I want y'all to know, newsflash, you all do not have to like everything I say. I want to make you all comfortable to know you do not have to agree with everything I say. We are all allowed to have our differences and opinions and experiences, and that is okay. All right. I just wanted to let y'all know that because I know a lot of you, you get a little confused with that. And I just want to know. So now y'all are free. Now you don't have to be so worried about that anymore. Okay. So we talked about her side. Sis, you fumbled the bag. I don't know what your plan was. Okay. It would be either I'm going to be there, do me. Okay. He over here doing this. He making $1 million. I'm finna make me $1 million too. I'm not finna sit in this house reading the Bible with a shower curtain on. I'm not doing that. Okay. That tell me right there. Y'all talking about Derek made her do that. I doubt that highly. I think that's just how she want to personify herself because she's hiding her true self. That's her subconscious way of hiding. Honey, baby, you could have got rich, fine, and everything else in that situation. You would have been rich and still would not have had to spend your own money. You would have always been living good. Your kids would have had a father if you would have understood the assignment. But you chose to do the worst thing ever, which is to stay and fight every day, stay and stalk, stay and control. That does not last long. There are some men who will deal with that for the rest of their life, stressed out every day. Some men will, some won't. This wasn't no man asking you to go 50-50 on bills and asking you for financial help and talking about, I'm messed up right now. That just wasn't a situation right now. Okay? So y'all got to stop this in-between thing. It's real. Okay? Men like Derek, y'all have got to stop letting other people make decisions you got to deal with. As you see, it's draining and it's not sustainable long-term. Sustainability is the key to relationships. Do not get so caught up in it right now. What is it going to be moving forward? Okay. So now let's talk about what's about to happen with Derek. Because I'm going to give y'all my prediction on what I think is going to happen. Okay. Now, whoever this woman is, you ain't shit. Period. Okay. Women like this should just die off. This girl looked like she's at least 30. Okay. So we can't say she young. She don't know. This bitch at least 30. Okay. Y'all be big, grown, and done. You ain't shit for ever putting another woman through that kind of pain. And bitch, I'm going to pray for the day you find a nigga you love. Because, bitch, when that karma come back to you, your ass gonna be sick that you sat here at your big grown age and put another woman through that kind of pain. You the worst kind of woman. You ain't shit. And, bitch, the karma coming to you is crazy. Boy, it ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun, boy. It's all fine. And it's the antagonizing part of her for me. I tried to find a post where she put up a post talking about your man chose me. Bitch, you dumb hoe. See, I can tell you ain't never had a mama or a big sister in your life to put you on game. Because, boy, the best thing I can tell you, sweetie, don't ever, ever, the worst thing you can do as a woman is hit another woman with the he chose me. That is the quickest way to end up with egg on your face. And women like this tend to end up in them situations where your mouth wrote that check, your ass couldn't cash. Then you be stuck with a demon like that. Then you be stuck acting like everything is all fine because you're afraid to let people know that you messed up. And girl, it's going to hurt you so bad when either one or two things happen, where he either goes back to his wife or goes and gets with another woman that actually has integrity. Because, sweetie, if you think for a second that man saw you antagonizing his wife on the internet, talking about, ha, he chose me. If you think for a second that he gonna sit there and wife you after that, sweetie, you poor thing. If you was gonna be a dirty whore and sleep with this woman's husband, then why would you not at least do it in silence? Oh, but you had to put an Instagram caption because you have some sort of trauma in your life that is unhealed. So now you're here to be a narcissistic demon to others. And ma'am, I also want to let you know you are not all that. You is not fine. I know your type. I see through your type. See, back in the 90s, the reason why I like the 90s Black women beauty is because you could not fake being a baddie. There was no BBLs. There was no lace front wigs. There was no big old lashes. It was none of that. You was either born a baddie or you're not. And you had the baddies and you had the bus drivers. Okay? She is in the bus driver category. You take off this wig, you take off these lashes, and you got an 8th grade bus driver. You ain't never seen a baddie being a bus driver. Never. Okay? This right here, you take that wig off, she go instantly bus driver. The tattoos, yeah, we can't take you nowhere with that. What was that tattoo of? So that is the problem with present day, is that too many women can go from bus driver to baddie, and I hate that. Bring back the day where you had to be born a baddie. You had to come from baddie genetics. Okay? Well, my mama was a baddie. My grandma was a baddie. My great grandma was a baddie, honey. The baddie in my family is natural. Maybe you'll never see me being a bus driver. Okay? So I know baddies. I'm talking about real baddies. Naturally, classically beautiful women, honey. You is not a baddie. So the problem is, see, women like you, the man just wants some sex, so they hype you up. Now you feel all empowered because you feel like he risked it all for you because you're so fine. Baby, you're delusional. Please tell me, ma'am, please help us understand what is so great about you that you think that what he doing to her won't happen to you. What makes you think that you are so great that a married man is going to go ahead and leave his family for you? I hope you don't think he's divorcing for you. I hope you also don't think you're the only one. You may happen to have been the one that he got caught in public with for a split second. Please do not think that the only women he's dealing with is his wife and you. Sweetie, you're delusional and you're a bus driver. I see through all that. You are not a real baddie whatsoever. I see the trauma in your eyes. You've been through some things, sis, and hurt people hurt people. You are a demon. I'm telling y'all right now. God help Derek if he get this woman pregnant. So now we've been on here a while. Let's go ahead and talk about Derek's point of view. Okay. Derek, boy, you messed up big time, boy. Derek, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen right now. Single men, or men that have been single for most or a portion of their adult lives, okay? Only married men or men that have been in a relationship for a long time look at this and think that this is something that they're missing out on. Okay. Only a green man looks at this and be like, hell yeah, that's a bad bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and fuck my family up for her. Only a lame do that. Only a green dude does that. The problem is the person that shaped Derek's perception of women was her, Danae. He got Danae young. She's psychotic. So his vision, he has created an environment where all the women around him are competing for his attention and his time. He used to being with Danae that be, please come home. I love you. We gonna pray about it. God gonna see us through. I love you. Let's be a family. Marry me, please, please. That is Derek's perception of how a woman interact with him. He's used to having side chicks. As we see with her, don't be mad, he chose me. Derek, are you with your wife? When are you going to see me? When are you going to see me? Because again, women, it's about the other women, not about him. Okay. So by him being married young, or being not even married young, but being in a relationship young, having children young like that, he has created that environment. That is what he thinks women are to him. This is what I told y'all. A lot of y'all, all you are is a supply to supply these men's ego. They don't even look at you as a human being. So Derek got with Danae 10 years ago when the game was different. He spent all of his 20s locked down in a relationship. Now he in his 30s, rich and fine. But the problem is, who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him? It's not 2005 anymore, boo. Them days of women begging men and, oh my God, please come home. Please be with me. Please. Women are getting smart. It's not like that no more, sir. You, sir, is finna get took up through there. I give you 6 months max. And the only reason why I give you 6 months is because you're committed at this point, sir. So even if you are getting took up through there, you can't tell us that too quick. But he is going to see that there is nothing out there but wigs and lies. He is about to learn firsthand, sir, this right here, this look fun to you because you've always had the stability of a woman at home waiting for you. You're used to that. The streets are totally different when you don't have that anymore. And when every one of your masculine needs you have to have met by women, by other women, that's when it starts to get shaky. You've been out here cheating. You ain't been out here single. There's a difference. No matter what women you dealt with, you still had that woman at home waiting for you. Though she may be schizophrenic and psychotic, she was there. Now, what's going to happen when you've had that rough day? You need that womanly nurturing. And you try to call one of your hoes and she with her other man. She lying, talking about, oh, I'm tired. I'm in for the night. What you're going to do, where to get your needs met, you now depend on all these women to be the one to fulfill your needs. Did you all just see Nick Cannon was in the hospital last week crying on Instagram, talking about, oh my God, I'm so sick. And now here I am in the hospital alone. So you fuck 20 bitches and you in the hospital by yourself? Wow. Wow. These hoes is different. These is not your uncle's hoes. Derek, somebody tell him, Derek, this bitch is not doing that shit Danae was doing. This bitch is not finna sit in the house with a big ass shower curtain on, praying to God that you come home. It's not happening. These types gonna take you up through there. I'm telling you right now, sir. If you knock a hole like this up, go ahead and if you knock this girl up, honey, just go ahead and don't worry about it. Just go be a fry cook. You ain't never gonna have shit. You ain't never gonna beat shit if you knock this girl up. No, you know that. If you have a psychotic ex-wife / baby mama and a hood rat side chick baby mama like this, it's over. It's over. You will never prosper, never be able to get anything accomplished. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dr. Umar School. My super chat costs more than her outfit. $7.90. Oh, it's the name Dr. Umar School that just sends me. J-Rock says she looked like she slashed some tires and bleached some clothes before. That's what I'm saying. Like, sir, you so green. I hope you don't think this is it. You can't look at her and already tell this girl look like she got trauma. Thank you so much for the super chat. Deanna Monique said, this is a mess. He hid his wife for 10 years, but all these side chicks out in the open. This is embarrassing. Child. L6, you mentioned in Johnny Depp that a woman's karma will be the next woman he deal with. Always. But I'm be honest with y'all, I don't think he's going to like get into another relationship right away. I don't. I think he's gonna fuck hella bitch. I told y'all it's a pattern with wigs and lies. Okay. But the wigs and lies thing is a little bit different in this situation because I truly believe, in my opinion, based on what we do know, that there is a strong possibility that she is also the toxic one. That's why I say I truly don't even feel like I can say, oh, you're going to get out there and see that you can't do better. You're going to be so mad you left your wife. I can't say that because she let herself go. She be looking a hot mess. She's psychotic. She's schizophrenic. She's a stalker. She's controlling from what we've seen. She wished death on us all. What the hell? She wished our children to be fatherless. That is a sign of an evil ass woman. What warranted that? Your man a public figure. They're speaking on it. I don't have people say all kind of crazy shit about me. I'm not going to be like, let your children be vagabonds on the earth for eternity. God damn. So I'm not going to believe that she is not also a toxic one. This situation looks like when an overt and covert narcissist get together. I'm be honest with you. I think Danae is the covert narcissist that hides behind religious as a catalytic tool to be a narcissist. I do. So I'm sorry. Derek, he gonna fuck hella bitches for about 6 months. And this is what's gonna happen. It's a few options on what's gonna happen. He either is going to end up catching feelings and falling in love with another woman. Because see, when you're still married, Derek, all these hoes' goal is to one-up your wife. Their goal is the challenge of getting you to pay more attention to them than her. Now that you're single, the women are not going to be as pressed for your time and your attention. The challenge in that aspect is gone from it. So what's going to happen is you are going to end up falling for one of these hoes. Okay? And you're going to end up falling for her, and you're going to be feeling like, all right, baby, I'm ready for us to be together. I'm ready for you to come sit in the house and read the Bible and be my wife. And that bitch going to be like, nigga, I ain't finna do none of that. And she gonna act a damn fool and you gonna be stuck looking dumb. Boy, when you get, see, Derek ain't used to having his heart broke. He used to breaking the heart. He used to breaking his wife's heart, breaking the side chick's heart, running through women. Boy, when the time comes, when you get that first heartbreak, sir, you ain't gonna eat for weeks. Okay? Or what's going to happen is, I talked about that pretty life, pretty wife. She said, can we get into the Bible thumping watch wife and how she was throwing spells at everyone with songs? That's what I'm talking about. I said, that tell me right there what kind of person she is. I'm not finna sit here and say Derek was the only toxic one. I'm not going to do that. I can 100% see that she give toxic. And me and another sister was talking on Instagram, and we also said that we don't even feel as though she give heterosexual. She gives very much so masculine energy, gives very much so butch lesbian energy. So that's a whole nother aspect about it that we're not going to talk about, of DL, gay tendencies in the church and how it's projected. All right. That's a whole nother option, a whole nother thing. That's a whole different story. So Derek is going to get took up through there. Okay. Because he out here thinking that this is a flex, nigga. Any nigga with Casamigos and lemon pepper money would be able to have this girl be seen with them and take a picture with them. This girl will have sex with you raw and have the head of your penis touching her uvula for a few dollars, some lemon pepper and hookah. Any guy could have done this, sir. This is not a flex. I see you're new here, okay? I see that you are just now having a single bachelor, fully single, openly single, whatever, bachelor season of your life, sir, and it shows, okay? These type of hoes, you take them to the hookah lounge and to the Red Roof Inn, okay? You fucking up the game. You got this bitch on the rooftop. These type of hoes, you do not take no pictures with them. Matter of fact, these kind of hoes, you confiscate their phone when they come around. Okay. Why? I know you green that you over here in Miami taking pictures with this hoe on a rooftop, sir. Is that the Red Roof Inn? Because that's the only place you take them. I'm going to help y'all out. Casamigos, lemon pepper, hookah, Red Roof Inn. Okay. It's that simple. You over here taking pictures with her. This is not a flex. Derek, take this down. Take this down. Take this down. Y'all think Derek on the down low? I don't. I don't think he is. I don't think he's on the down low, me personally. I think she on the down low. Truly. I truly think she on the down low. Not, I think a lot of women get confused with certain energy from a man. I don't get down low energy at all. Someone said these are the ones, if you do take a pic, don't post it. Right. Yeah, come on, Derek. You super green for this. So, Derek, what you have to do is, so this is what's going to happen. You're going to fuck bitches for 6 months. That shit is going to drain you financially, spiritually, emotionally. You're going to get your heart broke because you're going to fall for one of these girls. They're going to put that good game on you. All right. And they're going to sit there and promise you they're going to be everything your wife wasn't. Because men like that, they sit there and complain about their wife to women. Oh, she's not doing this and she's not doing that. And the women sit right there like, it's okay, honey. I'll do it. I'm going to do better than her. That doesn't last very long. You're going to be out thousands of dollars having to chase these random women in the streets for the next 6 months. You're going to get your car keyed, tires flattened because these hoes is psychotic and you are fresh out the cage. So I know you're going to be wilding. And when these hoes find out they ain't the only one trying to be the only one, they're going to start warring against each other because, sir, you do not know how to handle your women clearly. Derek, just go sit down. Save yourself the trouble. Just go sit down. Just take you some time to be alone and learn you some game for a second. All right? Because you're not going to be okay. All right? The good news is Danae is so controlling and her only life goal is to have you and control you to where when them 6 months to a year is up and you get beat up and took up through there, the good news is she'll take you back. And maybe by then she'll learn to stop, to be quiet and stop being so schizophrenic on you. And maybe it will be a stomachable marriage. Y'all do have 2 children. Maybe you can make it work. Or Derek really will find a woman that fits his aesthetic and fits where he's going in his end goal. And maybe he will find a woman that he can make it work with if he go through a single season. But I truly believe that most men need to go through the season of fucking bitches to learn that bitches ain't shit. When a man has never had a chance to freely fuck bitches, he always think, damn, I wish I was fucking bitches. But if he has had that time to do it and see all that come with it, the nut still feels the same, it's headache, it's risk, then I think a man is ready to be like, oh, hell no, I'm good on that. I'm ready to sit down. So Derek, please take some time to go ahead and get that up out. Oh yeah, that's a good one. It could be a white girl, but I don't think I'm gonna do a white girl because white girls are not who support him financially. But I mean, I've seen it happen. Okay, I just saw one brother I was following on Instagram, and I thought he was so pro-black and black power and black knowledge. Then I look and he got an Asian wife. I was like, what the fuck? I unfollowed so fast. What part of the game is that? What type of fraud? What an Asian girl? I'm like, yeah, we going to dinner. I don't give a fuck if that's your friend, wife, whatever it is. What is this? That's super weird. If you are not with a woman that is in my race, I am not trying to give you the money. I'm not going to say who. He didn't disrespect me. I'm not going to speak on him. I'm just letting y'all know I just seen that today. And I was like, what the fuck? How is this allowed? How does any, is this a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh shoot, here go the box. Yeah, that blew me. I was like, unfollow. I unfollowed so fast, honey. I never unfollowed so fast in my life. This is weird. What the hell? You shouldn't be doing nothing for Nan, bitch. That ain't a black woman. Super weird. Okay, super weird. Unfollow. So, I think that he'll get took up through there, and I think he'll be back, and hopefully they can somewhat, figure out how to make it work. Maybe he'll come to the conclusion that, hey, I'm going to be miserable single. I'm going to be miserable with her. I might as well be miserable with her and not have to pay no alimony, child support. Save some kind of face. I ain't really missing much out there. So that's the few options of what's going to happen. He either going to leave and come back, leave and, excuse me, stop asking who is it. I'm not going to say who it is. If you know, you know. Okay? It's somebody that's very prominent in the whole black power, black knowledge thing. All that type of stuff. And then is with an Asian woman and promoting her and treating her and giving his time and adoration to her. That's weird energy to me. Imagine I sit here and sit and preach of black men this and black men empowerment and black people, and then I'm with a white man. Y'all, if I got with a white man, I would fully expect for you all to stop supporting me. If I got with an Asian man, I would fully expect you all to not financially support me any further. I would hope that y'all have the common sense to not let me play with y'all like that. Okay? Please don't be slow, y'all. Okay? Strike me down right now. If y'all ever see me with an Asian or white man, please don't support me anymore. That's just what it is. That's weird AF. So I don't think that Derek will go the route of a white girl because that would be financial suicide. And as we see, the man is clearly about his money. I hope that he will also learn that in having his bread together, that these hoes will be the number one thing that will jeopardize that. And hopefully he'll learn, like, okay, let me be very leery of, if you're going to choose to be a relationship counselor in any way, shape, or form, you cannot cheat. If you're going to be out here counseling relationships, you cannot be out here mistreating your partner. Now, a lot of people think that because somebody is a relationship counselor, somebody think that means they can never have issues in their relationships, and that's not true. And that is an unhealthy pedestal to put somebody on. Okay, to feel like, oh, you counsel relationships, so you can never have relationship problems. That is unrealistic and it's not fair. That's like saying a doctor can never get sick. Okay, when a relationship counselor is a human like everyone else. Okay, yes, they have ups and downs in their relationship like everyone else. Y'all always constantly be commenting on my shit. Where's my husband? What's your relationship status? Where your man at? None of that matters. Okay. None of that matters, because no matter what was happening, what you're saying is you think that people that counsel relationships should never have any relationship problems. It's not true. Someone can be a doctor and still catch a cold. Someone can be a doctor and still get cancer. Y'all, please stop hating a message that someone gives because you know it applies to you, and instead move the goalposts and set an unrealistic goal where if they're not able to meet that, their information is invalid. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Derek, you had relationship problems, so you should not be a relationship expert or whatever. I will say you cannot be mistreating and cheating on your partner and then be teaching relationships. Okay. Problems in a relationship are like communication, finances, growth. Problems in a relationship is not you abusing and cheating on your partner. Okay. So 2 things you need to learn, Derek. Pick a career where you can actually adhere to the behaviors outside of it that affect it. And number 2, stop getting with a woman just because you knocked her up and because in that season you felt as though getting married would help you in some kind of way. Okay. Someone said he'll be on World Star. It ain't but a matter of time. Malevolent elephant. Oh, Curtis, you dog. Oh, Curtis, you dog, you. Oh, you shouldn't have, darling. Oh, you're spoiling me so much, darling. I don't even. Oh, darling. I don't even have Madame Reach Beach here, darling. Oh, malevolent elephant. You dog, you. Y'all know I love me some malevolent elephant. And y'all know malevolent elephant just moved here to Atlanta. Malevolent elephant, I need to go ahead and show you around the city. Okay, I'm gonna buy you a drink on me, malevolent elephant, because you always support me and I want to support you. So I'm gonna hit you up and I'm gonna take you out for a welcome to Atlanta drink. I love me some Curtis. I love me some malevolent elephant, honey. Okay. So you let me know, malevolent elephant. We could go this weekend. Take you out. Okay. Period. So that's my predictions for Derek. Is he gonna get took up through there? Okay. I think I honestly don't believe he will ever like actually file for the divorce. I don't. I think that they are way too codependent for it. One thing that I do hope is that everybody gets healing and everybody gets help. And all my concern is that their children are able to have some kind of normalcy and be safe throughout this process. Derek, don't get out here getting a new girlfriend and bringing her around your daughters. Okay. No woman need to be around your daughters until you get married again. The same day you go buy the next woman a ring is the day she can meet your daughter. Do not have a bunch of women around her. You are going to have to work on your co-parenting situation with Danae, because I'm letting y'all know right now, I would never marry a man that have a crazy ex-wife baby mama like that. Okay. Boy, I've been there before. I'm telling y'all now, it is a death sentence. You get with a guy that got a psycho baby mama like that, that's preying on the internet giving spells, girl, don't do it. Don't do it, because boy, you will go through hell and back. That woman gonna stalk you. Whatever woman he try to get with, Danae is gonna stalk y'all. I'm letting you know that now. She is. I'm telling you, I get the narcissistic, the covert narcissist. They always hover and stalk. Okay. So whatever woman he get with, she will likely become obsessed with. I think that she will start to mimic the new woman he gets with. So ladies, if you want to dive in that dumpster, God help you, or what come with it, because that bitch is psycho. I have seen women where she shows the signs and symptoms of schizophrenia, not being able to differentiate between God's word and the real word in her head. I've seen women like that where they have violent tendencies, how when she loses control, how her voice goes straight to let your children be fatherless. I don't want to put nothing negative in the universe. All I'm saying is, y'all, be careful. Okay, I have seen this kind of woman do, just be careful is all I'm gonna say. All right. On that note, someone say, I love Six and Malevolent Elephant's relationship. We love each other. It's such a good relationship, right? It's so simple. It's uncomplicated. It's so supportive. I love it here. Someone say she's giving Andrea Yates. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Who's Andrea Yates? Wait, St. Hudson. You can't put that in. Don't tell us who that is. Let me Google. Who is Andrea Yates? Now I want to know. Andrea Yates. Andrea Yates is an American woman who, they're talking about give a donation. Wikipedia, how y'all gonna have the article come up and talk about give y'all a donation? I ain't donating nothing. Andrea Yates, born July 2nd. Ooh, child of cancer. Whew. Told you them motherfuckers is vindictive. Andrea Yates is an American woman from Houston who confessed to drowning her 5 children in their bathtub. She has severe depression, psychosis, and schizophrenia. During her trial, represented by her case, child. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing when it's like, ha ha ha, she crazy, ha ha ha. But what scared me about her is the insinuation of violence that she's getting. The stuff that she said in that curse, I was like, did you write that down, or are you making this up from the dome? Damn, this is very intricate. Like, did you just make this up? That girl was like, shut on, coming on her neck. Toyota, I declare. Anybody speaking against the name of the Dea and Derek Jackson, may your children become fatherless and vagabonds on the earth. May your words come up and choke your throat till you can't breathe and the life leaves your body. And I'm like, oh. And everybody was laughing at that. I was not laughing at that. I did not find that funny. I'm like, that is a woman who will murk you and her children. Okay, it's not funny. I don't find that funny at all. She need to get some help. I would hate for her to do something to them kids or to him. That the man cheated. That's not a death sentence, Rand say, are you thinking about doing a stream on Young Miami and Diddy? No, waste of time. It's called A Gay Man Needing a Beard, the end. We're not going to sit here and go back and forth with that. Okay. Y'all, get y'all some alpha juice, okay? Use my code SIXGOD for $5 off. Ladies, join the Patreon. You like my makeup look? You want don't be in my comments like Six. What was that lipstick? What was that blush? Join the Patreon. I show it all there. Okay. Give me, I give to you. You give me, I love you long time. You give me, I give you. See how we benefit? Today is a good day to join the Patreon. We're having movie night tonight, y'all. So we study womanhood through different film and learn lessons, talk, and we have a ball. I'm telling you now, movie night is so fun. Every movie night, we be rolling. I'm talking about cracking up. I look forward to it. I be waiting all day like, ooh, movie night tonight, because we have such a good time. We have discussion after it. The Patreoners are so dope. You want to be around women who ain't hating. If you want to be around a group of women that's not going to discourage you from wanting to be your best self and say, why you worried about doing all that? The man going to still cheat. If you don't want to deal with that and you just want to be around women who want to be great, who want to have solutions, come to the Patreon, come to Death Row. Y'all make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please, Lord. Okay. Some of y'all, 70% of y'all be watching this consistently and ain't subscribed. Come on, subscribe. Like the video. When the stream is over, leave a comment with your thoughts and opinions on the stream. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one.